How do you display your Amiibo? Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. I'm going to create an updated display for all of my sealed Amiibo, but first I just wanted to show off what my open Amiibo collection looks like. So basically what I did was I designed a shelf right here that's almost, I think it's just over 6 feet. I believe it's maybe 78 inches, and right on this one there are 5 different tiers. Over here then I have some Skylanders and also the Solaire Amiibo, then Splatoon a little section with more to unbox, then I have some Yoshi's Woolly World section, a section just for Mario Amiibo with a display and a sign, and then more Skylanders Supercharged, the Dark Amiibo, the Dark Edition of Bowser is back there, and Donkey Kong. So this display, I kind of like it. I'm going to keep this the way it is, probably for the upcoming room tour, but the problem that I need to solve right now is over here. So just taking a look around here, these are my sealed Amiibo for Smash Brothers. This is not quite all of them, but it's pretty close. I have more of them around the corner. And the shelf that I had for them for this upcoming room tour, because this is going to be one of the last videos I post before the room tour, is here in the closet, kind of as a pass-through now. So you can go through the closet. For now I have this Mario Kart under here. It kind of fits nicely. Here are more of the sealed Amiibo, because they did not fit on this shelf. And I would prefer to have them all fit on the one shelf in here. So I built this, and I'm not in love with it because the shelves are not adjustable. They can't go up and down. So when I made it, I thought it would be enough to hold all the Amiibo, but every row was just short of holding as many as I wanted. Every row holds 9, not 10. So all these Amiibo on the side, and the few more Smash Brothers Amiibo that are to come, don't quite fit. Actually, I think I have a few more of these to unbox that I also should probably film before the room tour. I think I have to do a few of them anyways. I'm pretty sure I have to still do the ones from Minecraft, Steve and Alex, and I think I have to do those ones down there. Kazuma, I think that's what it is. Yes, Kazuya, I always say his name wrong. Always get it wrong. Kazuya, and also, of course, from Final Fantasy VII, I still have to unbox Sephiroth. So I think I have at least those 3, maybe 4 to do before I actually do the room tour. So I've been working on a few projects. This is what the room looks like on the side right now. I call it the poke room. Not going to go through everything in depth. But I've also been considering for next room tour anyways to put up shelf around this entire space. I haven't done that yet, and it's definitely not going to make it into the room tour. Here is the secret door that goes into the furnace room. Usually this pivots open, and if you remember I had a Zelda sound effect previous room tour. I hope to get that working again on this. This is into my furnace room and my storage area and stuff like that. Just extra storage, extra red chairs, various things in there. Maybe I'll go through that one other day. So what I'm going to do with this over here, I think I'm going to take this entire thing apart. I mounted this right into the closet, and all of these are mounted and they're fixed in here. So I'm going to probably take this out, take it apart, and maybe I'm going to use one of these. These are like Billy bookcases, but they're a lot smaller. They're only 8 inches wide. They're called like Gnebly or something. GN is a weird start, but I'm sure in different regions they're called something different. So I'm going to take one of these, cut it down to 77 inches so it fits underneath this little beam right here in terms of height. Take the sides off and mount the sides right in here, and then maybe reuse all of these little Reba shelves. They're picture shelves, basically. So I don't need to use these for the Amiibo, but I think they work pretty well. So my thought right now, I'm going to take this out, and then I'm going to remake this, and let's see how it looks once I put up these sides anyways. This is what the old shelf looked like. I just have it lying on the floor. I'm going to take it apart. Each of these black shelves are screwed into the side, and that's why they weren't adjustable, and I couldn't really quite fit the entire Amiibo collection in. I think it will barely fit if we actually change it. So I have the 2 sides up right now from that IKEA bookcase. So I took the bookcase entirely apart. I mounted this to the side of the closet here with 3 screws, one at the top, one at the bottom, and one also in the middle. And I did the exact same thing on the other side. I like this because it actually has the holes, but with the shelves I'm going to use, they're not quite wide enough to span this gap. So what I'm probably going to have to do once I figure out the exact size for each, I'm going to drill an additional hole beside all the ones that I need to put this in the right spot so that I can actually use these black shelves. By my counts, it's going to be really close to make all the Amiibo fit for Super Smash Bros., and I'm still counting for one more to be released for Super Smash Bros. If you can name what that last Amiibo is to come out. There's been some legal issues, I think, about it, and that's why it hasn't been released yet. So hopefully, by my count, I might only be down by 1 or 2, and I might have to get creative to fit all of them on here, but I really think this would be a cool Smash Bros. Wall with all of them fitting on here. So I'm going to try and take all the shelves off the original, and I'm going to move them over, and I'm going to drill some new holes so I can put these shelves up to whatever height I want. I think the majority of the shelf is now done. I did have to drill quite a few holes. I have my drill there. So what I'm doing with these, a lot of these are Mosslandia, I think they're called, or Reba from IKEA, and they're the perfect width the way I designed the shelf. I did have to put a little bit of a spacer, so there's a piece of wood that's hard to see right back there, in order for it to be the exact width of these shelves so that they work out perfectly, because they're not exactly 48 inches. I think they're like 45 and something, 3/4 or something weird like that. So what I did was I used one of the existing holes. On the left you can see that, and then I drilled a new hole kind of where it needed to be, and I'm just resting the shelves on this, and I might permanently mount them, but I don't think I need to. So the way of doing this with all of them is going to allow me in the future to change this to maybe shelves that fit more appropriately all the way to the end, but right now these are the ones that I have. So I have, I think, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think, of the ones that actually have a ledge that are a little bit thicker, and then 3 of the other ones. So I think these are Mosslandia, and these are called Reba shelves. Let's see if they're named anywhere on them. Turn this around. There you go. So it's 45 1/4. Hard to see, but let's get in on that. 45 1/4 or 115 centimeters wide each of these are. So what my idea is to, yes, use this for Amiibo, but in the future, I'll be able to use this for video games if I want to eventually maybe have all of my handheld games in here, or eventually if I get too many glasses. You're kind of seeing a sneak peek for the room tour. I have glasses set up over here. I could put them over there as well. Maybe at one point I'll display all of my Pokemon games as the Pokemon collection expands into more and more. Maybe I could use it for those. So lots of different opportunities in order to use this in the future. So I really like the framing much better. I think having this on the side with the holes in it will allow me to adapt more in the future. So all that's left to do now here is to add one additional shelf at the top. So my idea is to use this that's existing and then have it probably come over and maybe have it somehow supported, or mount it directly above this and then like into the wall here so that I can fit 5 or 6 Amiibo up here. If I do that, then all of them will fit. So I'm going to have 10 rows of roughly 9 Amiibo each for the Smash Brothers line. That will give me 90. And then I think there's going to be 95 in total if you include the Bayonetta 2, Corrin 2. There's one more, Cloud, I think, to exist. I've got them somewhere here. Yes, all the duplicates. Hard to see with the shine, but there are duplicates of Cloud, Corrin, and Bayonetta. And then there's also a different color variant for Rob the Robot. So if I count all of those, I think I get to 95 or 96, and that's what I'll have room for here. I could technically put 2 more on the side of the light, and then I will have room for 98, roughly. But I think I've made the shelf so that they'll all fit. And the way that they're fitting in here is perfect. Just as a little demo, when I take one of the Amiibo, and just right here, just so you can see, when you put it in the shelf, I can rest it on that little ledge that exists. So you can see that full Amiibo with the name. We do run into more of a problem with these shelves. These shelves are a little bit smaller, and you can see that they don't have the ledge. When they have that little ledge to sit in, the Amiibo sits a little bit lower, and then it fits better. So I probably want to get another 3 and replace these 3 Reba ones with the Mosslandia ones so that I can have them all fit a bit nicer. And that way if someone wants to take an Amiibo out, they don't have to like kind of awkwardly grab it from like... That one fits a little bit nicer. So that one's not too bad to grab, but I think this one is just like a little bit of a tight fit for Joker. Yes. And this one, a lot better, like I said, and it fits pretty flawlessly. So if I don't do that and they're sitting upright, they actually would not fit. So that's how I did this, with a little bit of an angle. They kind of look like they're resting forward a bit, so they'll all look like this in the end, and that way they're going a little bit more forward. So that's kind of just a little display tip. So I think what's next is I'm going to get something to dust all of this, and get a wet rag, clean it all up, and then I'm going to transfer all of the Amiibo over onto the shelf, and I'll show you what it looks like. I added in that extra shelf at the top. I think it looks pretty good. It's hard to work around this light bulb. When we did construction down here, I had asked for them to put this light bulb on the roof, but it wasn't possible, I guess, for whatever reason. So trying to work around that light bulb. I have this really neat Amiibo sign that was originally from Target, I believe, before they closed down. I grabbed a lot of their signs from their displays. So I have this really nice original Amiibo sign, and then Mario is at the top on that first level, I decided, and then all the other Amiibo fit on all the other shelves. So I think that looks pretty good. It's not spectacular. I'd probably want to move around the Amiibo a little bit. I thought about putting this first 6 Amiibo, I think the first 6 or 12 came out together, at the top. But right now, it's roughly 9 Amiibo a row, as I said, going all the way down. And the way it is set up right now, I don't have room to add in the last Amiibo that's hopefully going to be released, but I would just move this around a little bit, and then I would probably maybe just put Mario and Peach up here. So grab Peach, because Peach is the next one that I have right there. Grab her, put her beside Mario maybe. Maybe with Yoshi and Luigi, maybe as like that big 4, and then have all the rest of the Amiibo for Super Smash Bros. Conversely, or from another perspective, instead of putting this poster up there, I could also put the Super Smash Bros. Poster that I got for all the Smash Bros. Amiibo that have come out. This background shot right here. I bought that one on eBay, and that's really neat to have, but it doesn't have all the Amiibo. I need to buy the updated one of all the DLC. So I tried actually printing it myself, and I found a high quality image, but it just didn't really quite work out. So I could put that in there. I could also put the champion belt that I have right there up in that closet, but I don't think that's really the best solution, just because I think this Smash Brothers wall just looks so good with everything there all together. This is just kind of a bonus of having an area for all of them sealed. So let me know what you think about this project. In addition to this, I'm just filming the room tour, especially now that this is done, so I'm probably going to bring this video and maybe a few unboxings of some of the Pro controllers for the Switch. Let me just go over there real quick. But before the room tour, I have moved this stuff around actually since the last time I just filmed a little bit. So this looks a little bit better with the controllers, but I do have to unbox a few more of those. So I think I'm gonna film those now and maybe not post those until after the room tour is up, because I recently just moved all this around actually as I've been doing that shelf as well. So let me know what you think of this area and let me know if you have any suggestions. Now, I know the room tour just keeps getting pushed back, and I keep working on it. I'm just trying to make this room look spectacular and as best as possible. So thank you so much for all your tips and all your suggestions. I really appreciate it, and comments. Feel free to give me any suggestions you might have and let me know what you think of this Amiibo Super Smash Bros. Sealed wall. Stay awesome, everyone. Go collect them all and keep smiling while gaming.